Would you mind introducing yourself?
Hello, my name is Branson. I'll be playing the character Maelish Manvilson.
Okay. How long have you been playing D&D?
For a very short while. This has been like my first year playing it, and I'm just like in my fourth month right now.
Yeah. Well, I think I actually DM'd your first game ever.
Yes, you did.
I broke your metaphorical cherry, as you will.
Sure. Yeah, let's go with that.
And this is the big question that I'm going to be asking everyone. But why is D&D important to you?
Well, I mean, it is an interesting experience to have. It strengthens your imagination. It allows you to practice even your acting or improvisation skills. But also, it's just a fun way to work with other people, because you can't play D&D alone. You need at least two people like now, but then for the most part, you get like a team of 4 with a DM, and it's just, you get to tell a story together. And while I wouldn't say it's a big, important part of my life, it is just my first couple of months, I do see why people value it so much, and why for a lot of people, it's just plain fun and also rewarding.
Okay, any other quick notes you have before we begin our first individual session?
Any people who actually speak with the accent that I'm going to try to portray, my apologies ahead of time.
I think this is a good note for every one of our characters.
Yes.
And especially me, because I'm going to be trying all of them.
Yeah, as I said, I am not a professional voice actor. In fact, calling me an amateur voice actor would be such a generous praise. So, yeah, I'll try my best, and hopefully you'll enjoy it.
You stand at the bottom of a switchback ramp that leads to the amber gates, which lead into the city of Jurmbor. Dwarves of all kinds stream past you into the city, most on foot, but others ride or pull rickshaws. And others also ride on carts pulled by tangrisir, which are large horse-sized goats with large black horns. All pedestrians walk through a checkpoint where their weapons are taken and their bags are searched. You are at the great city of Jurmbor because you have an appointment with the great Jurmong Conservatorium to display your master invention, the portable harpoon launcher. You have spent countless number of hours and a lifetime of education to make what you are about to present to the deans of the conservatorium. You are a landless dwarf, who are also called Nurlos, since your father's whaling ship sunk in a ravaging storm. You were the only survivor. With the sinking of your heritage, you also lost all claims to citizenship. This means you have no rights and can be grossly discriminated and taken advantage with no hope of recourse with the law. This is your one chance to regain your rights and make a better life for your mother who is still alive and the rest of your family line. What do you want to do?
I guess for just to start, I'll just walk into the gates.
So you walk up the switchback, and it's 2 big switchbacks that sway back and forth. You make your way. It's pretty crowded. People are walking past you. You just got off a boat that landed you on this island, and people are starting to enter the city. You make it to the gates where there's a line forming.
All right. I sort of stand silently in this line and wait patiently my turn.
You wait patiently, and there's a couple instances where someone fights, or where they try to get in and they don't have a way to get in, or they have something illegal on their person and need to be taken off. But pretty quickly you make it to the front of the line where 2 dwarves in armor stand in front of you with muskets in their hands. Empty out your pockets.
Yes, sir.
So you empty out your pockets, they search through your stuff, and they grab your backpack and pull out a sheet of paper.
Please be careful with that.
What?
Please be careful with that.
He unrolls it, kind of roughly.
I sort of just sigh and just watch him to make sure he doesn't like actually vandalize it or anything.
He turns the paper slightly to the other guard. Huh, this one thinks he's going to be an inventor.
I do hope that, yes.
And they roll it up roughly and shove it back in your bag and throw it toward you.
I pick it up and, am I free to go?
Don't cause any trouble.
I don't intend to, sir.
Okay, and you walk past them and they say, next!
All right.
You walk down the path of the tunnel that leads into the city of Jurmbor. It's a long path, it's a long tunnel that when it opens up leads into a great cavern that is extremely tall, and there are houses built into the walls and houses stretching out as far as you can see.
I look at it with mild awe.
In the center of the cavern, you see the Grand Lift, which is something that you've heard about from stories before. And it takes dwarves from different levels of the city
to their different down to their other levels of the city. Right. Yes. Okay, so I guess do I have when is my appointment to do I just go up there?
So your appointment is tomorrow. You were
okay.
you looked forward and you decided to get there early.
Well, hey, I'm a responsible dwarf, okay?
Of course.
Yes. So all right, then I guess how much gold do I have on my person?
Oh yeah, we forgot to do that during character creation, didn't we?
Yeah.
So you are going to have 50 gold pieces, which is your entire savings and everything that you've saved to get to this point.
Okay.
Every minor job you've ever had has been saving to keep your mother afloat and also to make sure that you could get here.
Okay.
That's all you have.
That's all I have. All right. Well, I'm assuming the lower level is of the cheaper variety, so I guess I'm going to have to look for a place to stay on the lowest of levels.
I don't know necessarily. Your character doesn't know necessarily what the different levels are.
Okay, fair enough.
But to your right in the street, which, by the way, the street is teeming with dwarves going from place to place. There are, people on the sides of the street yelling about their wares and people trying to sell the meager belongings that they have to make it by. To your right, you see a stand that says maps on the top of it.
All right, I go over to the map kiosk or whatever it is.
There you see a young dwarf who says, 1 copper.
I only have 50 gold. I have no copper. Is there an exchange booth?
Not the one that you see.
I don't want to give a full gold just for a map that I could buy for a copper. If I give you a gold piece, will you give me a tour?
Well, I can't leave my stand unattended.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Oh, so
I can just exchange it for you.
You can exchange it. Oh, that's wonderful. Yes, I'll have one, and I guess I get change.
Yep, and he gives you the change back, and it's, like you said, just 1 copper for it.
Yeah.
And he hands you a map. This is the level that you are on, and that's the main level. You can tell that there are 3 other levels. There is the bottom level, which you aren't on, which is below the one you're on.
The Graves.
And it's called the Graves. And you've heard about this.
Oh.
Because this is one of the biggest cities in all of the Dwarven Empire, the Rangvar Empire. You've heard about this city, and
okay.
The Graves are infamous. They are known to be tight for even dwarves. Tight tunnels with small living accommodations that people, usually the Nurlos, the landless dwarves, usually pack entire families into these small apartments, basically. And they are amazed, and it takes years to memorize and to remember where you are, and people regularly get lost trying to walk around in the graves.
I mean, I do have a wisdom of 18, so my perception will help me, but maybe I shouldn't bother with that. All right, and I see that I'm on this, I guess, what's the
level.
Standard level,
Yep.
and the crystal level, which I'm assuming is not in my price range.
It's typically higher. That's usually where the higher class dwarves, the ones who own much property, people on the middle level where you're on, there's a good mix of some dwarves own their own property, some don't, some own their own ships, but usually they're just on that fringe of either not having property or having property. They're just on either side of that. The crystal is people who are firmly entrenched in owning property. And the thing about the crystal is that many of the locations, many of the houses have been in that family's possession
For centuries, millennia.
Yes, I mean they've been there forever.
I keep forgetting that dwarves live to 400 years.
That's one thing in this world is that dwarves live the exact same number of years as humans. That's just a one quick note that just for this.
Good to know.
All races live about the same length. It's just how they experience those years.
Very well.
And for everyone listening out there, this is just my own homebrew system. So, like I said, this is just for this world. Typically, you are right. Dwarves live to be like 400, 500. Where here, they live to be about 80. If they're lucky, 110, you know.
All right. Cool. All right. So, okay. So I guess I will have to... I'm gonna have to stay on this level. Is this?
Do you have any place you want to go? Says the map boy at the stand.
I simply need I simply need a place to stay. I really am just sort of. I have an appointment later tomorrow, so I need just a place to rest my head.
I should have had this out. My bad.
It's okay.
I'm a mess. I'm literally a mess.
It's all right. Malish's voice keeps changing like every 5 words.
We'll get into it. I think we'll both. Did I lose that sheet of paper? This is gonna get cut out because now I'm gonna sound like an idiot who doesn't know what he's doing. God damn it.
Oh, this is going on?
Oh, right here. Sorry, my bad. He says, well, there's a couple inns on this level, and there's one down below, but I wouldn't recommend a newcomer going down into the graves.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, I don't have any interest, but what's one that's like of a good value, something that is.
Well, I mean, the cheapest one that I know of is the Blunts Inn Tavern and Inn. It's just on this level. It's near the elevator.
Oh, that's convenient. Wonder why it's such a good value. Anyway,
it's really crappy. People get bed bugs all the time.
Well, I mean, have you ever? How long have you been on a ship, my sir? Have you ever been to sea?
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Well, yeah. Trust me, I know a thing or two about the crappy accommodations. But, yeah. What's the other options?
Well, there's another one on this level that you might be able to afford. It's called Hroder's Flasks and Bunk. It's a little bit more expensive. And
How much of a little bit?
quite a bit. But it's within your price range, and he looks at the purse that you pulled out.
I think I'll go to the one near the elevator. But thank you for your great hospitality. Thank you so much, sir.
He nods his head.
Alright, so I guess I might as well just, since I am such an early dwarf, I will go over there and rent a room for the night.
So you start going, and he shows you the position right before you left.
Yeah.
He showed you the position on your map.
Alright.
Where it is. It's just near the. You don't really need.
Somewhere near the left, yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhere near the lift. So you walk down the main road, and this town, like many dwarven cities, are very well planned. It's a grid-like pattern that is very easy to follow, and you walk straight into the middle, and right in the middle where the lift is a plaza with fountains and people sitting around begging for money and everything you might expect to see in a larger city.
Yeah.
And around the ring are buildings. They're not amazing. They're not beautiful like you might have expected from a great dwarvish city. But you do see the tavern, which is the Blunt's Edge Tavern and Inn.
Blunt's Edge Tavern and Inn.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, not the Flaston one, not the nice
Yeah.
one, the Blunt's Edge. Okay, I go to the Blunt's Edge Tavern Inn, and I walk in through the door, and
You immediately, when you walk through the door, you realize why this might be a little bit less expensive. It is full to the brim.
Oh.
And there are dwarves mingling around at the bar. There's music going on in the corner with a dwarvish band playing. There are women walking around serving drinks, and all in all, it's pretty crazy. You can't tell necessarily you can't necessarily tell who's staying there and who's just getting a drink for the night, but it smells like sweat, it smells like beer, it smells like alcohol.
I'm used to this. Yeah, so I go, alright, I go to the bar, and I just sit there, looking expectantly at the barkeeper or whatever to await service or something.
One of the bartenders walks over and says, "What can I get you?"
I would like a draught of beer, and also, I would like to rent a room for the night.
He goes, "Well, I'll get you the beer." And he quickly pulls a flagon of ale and sets it in front of you, and then he yells out, "At sir, someone wants ya!" And he scrambles off to help another customer. After a couple seconds, a rather small dwarf walks up.
All right.
He's starting to gray around the edges, and you can't tell whether it's because he's old or because this place is so stressful. He walks up and says, "What can I get you?"
I would like a room, please. I would like
Just one room, single or double?
If you don't have the space, I can easily bunk with someone else. But single for me. I'm one person.
Okay, that'll be 20 gold for the night.
Can I roll an appraisal check?
Yeah. I'm gonna do a. I don't know if
19
That-
with my wisdom modifier. Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay, and you rolled a 19,
Yeah,
and
+4 +2.
okay, so you can tell you think he's telling the truth.
Okay.
From the way how crowded this inn is,
Yeah.
the demand is a little higher. But if the price is too steep, you can definitely go other places if you want. But
I know.
you only need to house yourself until tomorrow because you're hoping that your harpoon gun is inventive enough that you'll be able to make money off of it.
All right. I'll go. Sounds like a fair deal. 20 gold.
20 gold for the night.
All right.
Plus, you can have whatever's in the stew.
Thank you. That's a good deal.
My wife made it.
Really good deal. Oh yes. So I guess do I give him the money now or do I just?
Yep. The dwarf taps on the counter and hopefully you get his meal.
I slam. Well, I don't slam. I put 20 gold on the bar.
He swipes it up, counts it real quick, looks at it, and goes, "It was good doing business with you. I hope I'll see you at dinner."
Yes, you will. You will.
It'll be up in a couple hours. If you want to go get accommodated into your room, and then he slides a iron metal key across the table to you.
I will. Thank you very much, sir.
He leaves and goes to deal with other customers.
All right. So after I slog down the beer, wipe off my face, and wipe off my beard because clearly there's foam stuck in there, and I go up to my room and I check it out.
So the number of the room is listed on the key as
Okay.
you look at it. It is 303, and you go up to the second floor. You look, you can't see it. You guess that the third room is probably how this is organized. So you walk up the stairs again, and you find a room labeled 303.
All right. I put the key into the lock, and I
Swings open, and you have a very, very tight room. It is 5 by 5, no window, just a stone bed, which is typical for a dwarf.
Yeah.
But so you know,
Yes. How do people get bed bugs from a stone mattress?
well, there's sheets on it too, but you can tell it's made of stone.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I take off the sheets and I just sort of fold them up neatly and put them at the corner of...
Also, by the way, you can have a bedroll as well in your pack if you want.
Okay, I take off the sheets, I fold them up and put them in a corner of the room. And since you gave me a bedroll in my pack, I put my own bedroll and put it on top of the stone mattress. It's like,
After brushing it off gently, trying to get those.
well, I'm not a germaphobe. I'm just going. I do not need bed bugs right now.
Right now?
Well, never really. I mean,
Oh, okay. Good to know.
yeah, exactly. It's I mean, I'm a sailor. I know that while yes, you have to be rough sometimes. There's no need to needlessly put vermin in your way.
Well, wouldn't bed bugs be considered vermin?
Well, they're insects.
I mean, this is just a side tangent.
Yeah.
I would suspect that they wouldn't be.
Maybe not vermin per se, but they're certainly pests. They're pests.
There we go, pests.
That's
Okay.
the word.
So you get that, you square everything away. Do you want to leave your pack? I mean, what do you want to do?
I leave my pack in there. I leave and I make sure the door's locked.
Okay. So you leave your room with your pack in there.
Yeah.
With everything in it.
Yeah.
And you lock the door and you walk down into the tavern, I'm guessing.
Okay. Yes.
So you walk down the stairs and you pass dwarves who, nod their caps or that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. You can tell that these people are Nurlo.
Yeah.
With these people.
Yes. Fellow Nurlo. Yeah.
Fellow Nurlo. So you get down into the bar and it's just as crazy.
All right.
And you look out you look out the door as a dwarf walks in and the door swings open. And you can't tell if it's night or day, mostly because you're inside a cavern.
Yeah.
But you're guessing based on how late it was when you arrived and you could last saw the sun, that it's probably around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So
All right.
starting to get a little late, and the bar is just starting to pick. The tavern is just starting to pick up.
All right. So okay. So the stew's not done yet.
It is being tended to at the moment in the fireplace,
Okay.
but you can tell that from the smell that it's just starting to,
Get
waft. Because you spend a little time in your room, you make your bed.
I folded my stuff and put it in a corner of the small room that I have.
So you were up there for a while, but yes. So it's been stewing, and you can definitely get the smell now, and you can tell it's a seafood stew in it. It smells very nice.
All right, I go up to the stew and I go up to the woman. And I go, so when's is it almost over? Is it almost ready, ma'am?
She turns to you and goes, "Oi! Don't rush me.
I don't mean to. I was just
If
wondering.
you want to complain, go talk to my husband."
I will not complain, sir. Ma'am, I'm sorry. Sorry.
She looks at you. She smiles a little bit and goes, "It's basically done.
All right, good.
Did you pay for a room?
Oh, definitely.
May I see your key?"
I pull out the key and I show it while keeping it in my hand.
Yeah, no. She looks at it and goes, and she hands you a bowl and she ladles a little bit of the stew in there. She goes, made it myself.
Smells wonderful, ma'am.
And she turns back to the stew that's brewing.
All right. Well. So I go to a table that has a seat available. Not necessarily caring if other people are sitting there, but like just trying to find an available seat to sit down.
So
and join us
you don't find an available seat, but you do sit down and you don't care if you're sitting with someone. So you sit down at a larger table that one side is occupied and the other isn't. The other dwarfs don't seem to care that you are sitting at their table.
Yeah. All right. So I eat my stew.
So as you eat your stew, a waitress comes up, a waitress dwarf.
Yeah. Okay.
Comes up to you and asks, "Would you have anything?"
I have my stew, thank you, but maybe another flagon of ale.
She goes, "Gladly," and she walks off. And you eat your stew for a little while more. Do you want to do anything else or?
I mean, I'm just sort of a bundle of nerves because I'm just nervous about this thing in the observatorium.
You should get a psychiatrist.
Yeah, dwarven psychiatry. Yeah, let's spend the entire hour just talking about his feelings.
Are you looking around the room or?
Yes, I'm looking around the room, looking to see if there's anything strange going on. Just
typical habit. I want you to roll a perception check.
All right. Come on, roll well. 14 plus 6, which would be 20.
Okay, so as you look around the room, you notice someone. And it's not a bad notice. You notice someone you know.
Oh.
And he's already seen you.
And it's a good notice, so I guess I stand up and I walk towards him going...
You barely make it a step before he embraces you in a large hug, and you know this man as someone that used to work with your father. He left before you ever before your father's ship sunk.
Okay.
But he was a Nurlo that worked with your father, and after some time working for your father for money, he left for better prospects in different cities. But you remember him. He's about your age, a little older.
Okay, what's his name?
His name is Yarvin. Here, let me look at his name.
Alright, I'll just write that name down. Yarvin. Is that spelled with a Y or a J?
It's spelled with a Y.
Alright.
Yarvin. I am literally a mess. I just need to not move away from it.
It's alright. It's a hard part to pay in the DM. You're very hard. Very hard. Wow.
Alright, there we go. Yarvin. His name is Yarvin Steinerson.
Yarvin Steinerson. Alright. Yarvin, how long has it been?
Long enough. I forgot you.
Oh yes, no, that was a yeah, no. So how are you doing? What brings you to Jurmbor?
I came here not long after I left your father. How is he?
After a bit of silence and maybe looking down a bit, but not to the point where he starts brooding all of a sudden. He looks. I have bad news to say. Good old father, he's not with us anymore.
What happened?
The Mobius, it sunk.
Was he on it?
Yes.
What was it? Pirates?
It was it was out during the ravaging.
Oh. Well, let me buy you a drink.
I already bought my drinks and I've already had my fill.
I insist.
Well, it's not often enough you say an old friend, Char.
So you guys go back to your table. He has a bowl of soup as well.
Okay.
So, quick sign off for you. He has a bowl of soup as well.
Okay.
He sits down at the table and you guys start to chat away.
Yeah.
He tells you about how he left working for your father. He had traveled on a different whaling ship for about a year before that whaling ship could no longer afford to keep him around. Mm-hmm. And he ended up in Jurmbor. and he has been working any odd job he can find for as long as he can. He generally comes to this tavern, the Blunt's Edge, to get some stew every once in a while, because he's a good friend of the owner.
Well, glad to hear that you're getting by. Yeah, no, that's great news. I haven't heard of many great news recently, but sometimes.
Well, I've had a couple exes, so it's not completely good news.
Oh, of course, no, you were always the ladies, man. You would go into a park, and next thing I know, you come back, there's 2 women at your arm. You actually tried to keep it steady for a couple times?
I thought about it, but...
Well, you know me. Never really was big into that.
So, anything you want to do? You guys have had at least one drink, and he offers another.
I should be good. I've had like 3 flagons of ale, and trust me, I enjoy my flagons of ale, but I have a big day tomorrow, and I cannot have a headache when I wake up.
And so he turns back to you and he goes, I understand. What are you doing in the city?
Oh, yes, well, with the sinking of the Mobius, naturally, we're no longer...
I understand. You're a Nurlo.
Yes, Nurlo, yes, my apologies. I'm not used to being one, but as I said, I always felt we are dwarves, Dwarves are dwarves. Doesn't matter. Did
you come to buy property? Or?
No, you think I can afford property? I'm out. But no. Would you like to come to my room? I'll show you something.
So he nods with a twinkle in his eye. He feels a
kinship of brotherhood or something.
A kinship of brotherhood, but also like he could make a joke about him coming up to your room, but he's deciding not to, and you understand this.
Yeah, I have a charisma of 7, okay? I'm not good with these kind of things.
Do you want to roll for it?
Just roll for not making it sound creepy. Yeah, alright.
So he nods his head, and you guys start heading toward the stairs.
Alright, so...
I want you to do a perception check.
Oh, boy. 8 plus 6.
You don't notice anything. No one's following you. It seems like it's just as crazy as it's ever been. So you go up that set of stairs, and you are starting to walk across the hallway, and you hit the other set of stairs leading toward the 3rd floor, and roll another perception check.
Oh, this is comforting. 9 plus 6. 15.
You can definitely feel that the 3 flagons of ale is starting to get to you a little bit. Not in a bad way. Like you're just a little tipsy. You know what I mean?
All right.
You then make it to the 3rd floor and walk past the 1st and 2nd room to the 3rd room.
Well, whatever's walking by is clearly stealthy enough to make it past a 15. But yeah.
Do you want to do another perception check or?
Well,
another thing is when I DM, I like to throw perception checks randomly to keep you on your toes, because there may not be someone else.
Okay.
Right? It may just be like to get that suspense, but
naturally
there could be something.
Well, I'm just going to open my room.
So you open your room, and do you invite Yarvin in?
I just let him stand out there, and because I don't want to incite another twinkle in his eye to make a joke.
So he walks in your room, sorry, and he goes, "Oh, I've heard about these. These saw you made a good choice," and he points to the bed bugs on the.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, space is something I can work with. I just need a place to sleep, and I don't want to wake up itchy. You know what I mean?
So, what do you want to show me?
I go into the pack and I reach for my blueprints.
You pull it out.
All right. I spread out. It's like to help my family. Poor mother. She's just distraught and she can't think of any way to support herself. So I thought of a way to possibly bring funds to help support not only myself but my mother and
hopefully become a citizen.
Citizen again. Yes. So.
He takes it gently from not tearing it from your hands, but he sees what it is and he goes, "Oh, this is marvelous.
Yes, a particle of yes.
This is revolutionary. This would change whaling. I mean, imagine not having to have a stationary harpoon gun. This is amazing.
I am proud of it. Yes, I am.
He looks at it in awe for a little bit. And he gets a smile in his eye, and he looks up at you and he goes, you know, this might be the thing a dwarf might think about stealing. And he winkles his eye. You know.
Yes, trust me. That's why do you think I locked the door and didn't bring it to the tavern?
He made some smart choices. I want you to make a perception check. Oh my god. I'm gonna make you re-roll that, and this time roll in front of the mic.
All right.
That'll keep it safe.
Oh yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting. 18
okay.
plus 6.
You feel weird.
Oh, that's that.
I want you to make a Constitution save.
Good thing my Constitution's 16. Oh boy. What the hell, man? 13 plus 3 is 16.
Dude, you're one off. So you start to feel weird, like more than tipsy. And I want you to make another Constitution save. What did you want to say before you make it?
I'm just going, what was in the ale? Oh, okay, well, I'm slurring, so of course I sounded weird. Alright. 10 plus 3 is 13.
You fall onto your bed. And you're not out yet. But you see Yarvin take your beloved schema, your blueprints, and fold it neatly and put it in his pocket.
Alright.
Good luck to you, lad. And he leaves.
Well, shit. Okay, well.
You pass out.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Yeah, no, I'm taking a nap. Alright, well, this is depressing.